Howdy, everybody. Welcome to a section or segment of my channel that I have not been on in a very long time. But we are bringing back the complex reactions. So I'm a little late on the bandwagon on this, but Mortal Kombat, as it does since Mortal Kombat 9, has been introducing DLC characters, or for those of you that don't know what DLC means, downloadable content characters, just to make things a little bit more fun. And that's been, as I said, since Mortal Kombat 9. And we have had Mortal Kombat 1 for some time now. It has a new addition through the Chaos Reigns DLC or story mode, I guess you could call it. And with that means more DLC characters. And we are about to react to a new character that is just about to be introduced. But like I said, it's kind of late and I'm late to the show and all that stuff. But let's just go on into it. You can probably already read the description who it is. And if you can't read, well, then it's going to be a surprise for you because I'm not going to ruin it. Okay, so let's just go into it. We're going to start reacting, and 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Close face.
That anyone could be so cold-hearted.
Are you really one to be throwing stones?
Fight!
I hear you've got quite a scream.
I will be glad to let you hear it.
I love I can kill you again and again.
You will not succeed even once.
Buffering, sorry.
Finish him.
What? Oh, come on! This is bullshit! He's a dude with a knife!
Fatality.
See you soon.
Ghostface wins. Flawless victory.
What? Okay, people. So it's Ghostface, and it's hilarious to me. I think Johnny said it best when he was saying it's just a guy with a knife. Um, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Um, so, like I said, this has been an ongoing thing, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. So I don't know. I don't see how Ghostface, who is a regular person, because he has been, um, it has been men and women that have donned the Ghostface costume throughout the films. So I don't see how they hold up. I mean, I know it's probably just fan service and all that kind of stuff, but for the most part, I don't get it, So, which is very noticeable throughout my reactions. The second that I saw that it was Ghostface as the reveal, I'm just constantly thinking to myself, how does this person stack up against all of the other roster of characters that have been in Mortal Kombat history, Mortal Kombat in general, and the other ones that actually earned their space to be a part of the DLC roster? So, as I mentioned, um, it all started with Mortal Kombat 9, and the very first, and I'm going to try to stick to horror icons because obviously that's the theme that began with Mortal Kombat 9. The first DLC character that was released was Freddy Krueger. And I thought that was pretty appropriate, because come on, I mean, like, it's Freddy Krueger. You have Nightmare's characters in the Mortal Kombat universe. You have ones that have special abilities, magical powers, and all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of appropriate, I thought. And I believe in I think it was in like the mythos, or maybe it was like the end credits sequence after beating the game with Freddy Krueger. I think it's revealed that Raiden actually gave him a upgrade to his power and his abilities. That's why you see him with two claws instead of just one, as he's most famously known for. Wrong! Yes, everybody, 'tis I, the nitpicker, and yes, I'm here to set a few facts straight that CM got a little bit incorrect. So, as I can bring up and I will show right now, this is actually the bio that was given from Mortal Kombat 9 about Freddy. And in a little bit of a summing up of it, as I'll let you see for yourself, Shao Kahn pulled Freddy Krueger out of the dream world and made him mortal, and he got his hands on demonic powered gloves, but good luck trying to figure out where the source of that came from. We don't know. It doesn't say. The only assumption can be made that maybe Quan Chi or Shang Tsung maybe helped him by enhancing his gloves, because for the longest part, when he's mortal, he doesn't have demonic powers anymore that he gets in the dream realm. So where did he get that power from? We don't know. So it's all up for debate and what have you. So that is a little bit of a synopsis, and yes, I do get back into it in a couple more seconds in the video, and I'll see you then. Now, okay, so as we've known, or as we found out throughout the Freddy Krueger movies or Nightmare on Elm Street films, you can pull Freddy out of the dream verse, and he will be basically just a normal human being that just has claws and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, so Ghostface does have that in his back pocket. The fact that Freddy Krueger is just a person who's a burn victim, just the same way as Ghostface is just a person in a mask with a knife. But he was given abilities, and he's got a little bit better of a track record with killing people, I guess, than still, like, I don't know. I'm going around in circles with this one. This is a little bit hard to defend because, yeah, that is a good thing to do. Unless, of course, if you count the fact that he still somehow retains all of his supernatural abilities in Mortal Kombat 9, there's that. I'll see myself out. But let's go into Mortal Kombat X next. So Mortal Kombat X had Jason. I think that was the debut character that they started out with, and that made sense. Jason is an unstoppable killing machine that just doesn't know how to freaking die. He's gone through so many deaths in his franchise films. I think they like went up to like 11 or something like that. They stopped giving him numbers and started giving him full length names like Jason Goes to Hell and other stuff like that. But yeah, I thought that was really appropriate because he could go toe to toe, and for him to be squaring off against people like Tremor, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Goro, that totally made sense because he has a lot of elements going for him. Then the other character that was introduced in MKX was Leatherface, specifically for the horror genre. And that one made sense too. Yes, you could say he's just a mentally disabled, chainsaw wielding psychopath. But he's freakishly strong. He's really resilient to pain. And I think in some versions, I think it was the one with Jessica Biel, um, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he actually gets his whole arm cut off. And he's still coming. So when Ghostface can take a beating like that and still be resilient enough to try to get the kill, then we'll talk. Now, there's also another category in these games with these characters, like that I'm very reluctant to put in to the category at all, and that is the Alien and Predator. Um, it's the only reason why I'm hesitant on putting them into the horror icons category is because a lot of the times their movies are not in the horror genre. They're in the sci-fi action category. But I guess for the sake of giving them a little bit of wiggle room, the first movies of that started off their franchises, so Alien 1 and Predator, the first one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, those ones definitely were horror fear-inducing movies. The first one of the Alien franchise was very good at the whole because I think the alien doesn't even make an appearance. So it's like, what is this unknown creature that's stalking us, kind of thing. And it's kind of the same thing with the Predator as well. You don't really see him, or he doesn't get his reveal until later on in the film because he has his cloaking on. So yes, the first ones will be categorized for a horror element, but then after the effect, it all becomes more of an action sci-fi. So I reluctantly put those in there, but still, Alien is an alien, you know, that definitely fits in the rest of the categories of other characters. Like, I mean, come on, like I'm pretty sure the way that they designed Alien for the Mortal Kombat X was basically like a variation of Baraka. Because as you can see, Alien actually has like two like extending blades that come out of its wrists, which is not something that the alien character it even has. The only thing that it has in its roster from the films is the secondary mouth, the acid blood, and the razor sharp tail that comes with them, alongside with all the other instinct based things that it's capable of doing. So, but for the sake of Mortal Kombat X, they pretty much just strapped on the Baraka feel for it. So, but yeah, he definitely earns, or I should say, the alien definitely earns its space to be included in the Mortal Kombat roster. Now we go into Predator. Obviously, that's goes without saying. The Predator is capable of doing so many things. He is somebody to be trifled with. You don't want to get on his bad side. You don't want to mess with him. He has so many gadgets. It's basically like a bloodthirsty version of Batman. Because he's got some prowess and he is intelligent. I mean, he does get outsmarted by a lot of things, but that's only because those predators don't have the experience of knowing how to deal with the prey that it's targeting. So a lot of the times, you know, further down in the franchise, you see more advanced and more well like known. What's the term that I'm looking for here? Um, they've had more time and experience to understand how humans work and all that kind of stuff. Because a lot of the times, predators are going up against humans, or I don't know, different ethnicities, but still, they're humans, and they have different cultures. Like I think the best depiction of this example is with the Predators movie, which had Adrian Brody in it, because he goes up against the Yakuza, he goes up against the cartel, he goes up against the Russian Spetsnaz, as well as Green Berets and all that other kind of stuff. So that was a really good showcase. So yes, Predator earned his keep. Um, then we go into Mortal Kombat 11, and I think the only one that would be a horror icon, and it's kind of the same thing as the aliens and the predators. And this one is the Terminator. The Terminator joins the roster for the DLCs in Mortal Kombat 11. And yeah, that goes without saying. It's an unstoppable killing machine. You know what I'm saying? So, how can you dispute the fact that a Terminator wouldn't be able to hold its own against all these other crazy characters that you're going to go up against? Now, then I think that is the only one, because obviously there's other characters like RoboCop and Rambo. They don't make their appearance until Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, but I'm not including them because they're not specifically horror characters. They're more of the action based. I mean, they're badass, and it's totally true that if you're going to make an argument that Ghostface shouldn't be in there because he's human, well, then you should be able to say the same thing about Rambo because Rambo is just a human, right? That's not fair to say. Either is it to compare him to the Joker because Rambo's a Green Beret. He is a complete badass. He's not just some teenager that has a grudge against somebody and then gets a little stabby with a knife. So Rambo holds his own and deserves a roster on Mortal Kombat, whereas Ghostface not so much. Same thing with the Joker. The Joker is way, way top tier when it comes to dealing with Batman. So if Batman could be in Mortal Kombat, which is totally foreseeable, but maybe I mean that's where Injustice comes in because obviously maybe it's a little bit too ruthless for a character like Batman. But yeah, same thing. Joker holds his own. So I feel like those are good, valid things to say about the characters in the DLCs that that kind of excludes Ghostface. But let's try just a little to give Ghostface a little bit of an edge maybe. Okay, because most of the time throughout the films, um, he is. I can't even say he. Because Ghostface is both men and women throughout the franchise. So, I mean, yeah, there are some guys that don the costume, and yeah, they got some weight to them. They got some power, strength, and all this stuff that they do. But it's a little hard to believe that some of these female characters that don the costume can be on the same level. So I mean, like I think in the sixth one, it was literally just whiny, whiny teenagers. Like I don't want to say any spoilers. Well, kind of. I maybe am. I'm sure you guys are caught up. If you need a spoiler alert, here's a spoiler alert. But yeah, so Scream Six, which I believe is the latest one. It was not only a guy, it was also a girl, but it wasn't even like an adult woman. It's not like she was like a bodybuilder or, somebody who could hold her own or knew martial arts. It was just a freaking chick. It was just a random teenage girl. Maybe she was in her 20s, but, that's still pushing it a little bit, and we're supposed to believe that she's capable of doing all these things. And a lot of the times, the kills that Ghostface does aren't really all that creative, at least from what I can remember. Maybe I'll put some clips in, just to like give a comparison. of Ghostface, he's doing so many more things. And obviously, I know that, like, for a video game, for the sake of a video game, they're going to make him be able to match weight with, like, characters like Goro or Shinnok or Sub-Zero or Rico or any of these other characters. They got to give him something, to be able to pull his own. Otherwise, it's just not, entertaining. So, I mean, some of the things that he does, I was laughing during the initial reaction when he was like on the floor crawling. That kind of gave me vibes of like Scary Movie.
Where am I?
You're behind the couch.
What? How do you know that?
I can see your feet.
Ah. Okay, turn around. Close your eyes. No peeking. Yeah. No. No. Hey, no peeking. No peeking. Turn around. Good. Okay, now you can look. Now do you know where I am? You'd have a big clue.
Which kind of brought me into the realm of maybe you could argue that the version of Ghostface is partially from Scary Movie, which would give it a little bit of an edge because I kind of feel like it's borderline cartoony, like Looney Tunes vibes coming from it, or you get those same rules that like you can like reality and do certain things, in those movies that you really couldn't do in the other films. Like for example, like the Matrix sequence when they do like the Matrix spoof and like throwing things at him. Cindy's throwing things at Ghostface, and he like does the whole Neo Matrix dodge. So obviously he feels it, after doing it, and that's the joke.
Hold on a second.
But for the most part, I don't know. You could argue, sure, he can do those miraculous things. But yeah, the crawling sequence that you see in the game is definitely like a similar nod to Rambo, and I hate to make this comparison, but are they basically trying to say that it's like the same thing as the schematics that were made for making Rambo's character? You also have from Ghostface, because I mean, it is just another guy with a knife, and so yeah, they have that, but then he's like using, and I think obviously now with the current Mortal Kombat games, you can customize the characters. So maybe like I saw in the clip that Ghostface actually had like a purple blade. I don't know, maybe that's some like Edenian metal or blade or something that I don't know, does more damage or something like that, giving him a little bit of an edge. But yeah, for the most part, I don't know. It's very hard for me to see how this specific character falls in line with all of the other characters that have come before. So it's and because like they've always stuck to a specific kind of theme. Any characters that were added had something going for them. So it's like Freddy Krueger. And when Freddy Krueger was introduced, we also had Kratos from God of War. Case in point, like I feel like Kratos would just level anybody. It's like if you can go toe to toe with gods and titans, then yeah, everything else is a walk in the park. So that's almost like OP, but they almost scaled him down to be able to fight against the Mortal Kombat universe characters. Same thing with Leatherface, Jason, as already said. But yeah, so it's like, why choose Ghostface? Normal human, go toe to toe with other. Okay, you can say that the Mortal Kombat people or characters are also just human. That's a stretch because they have a lot of abilities. They have a lot of things. Like sure, Sindel, Normal human, not so much. She has the screeching voice, the freaking hair that has a mind of its own. Liu Kang, don't even get me started. Kung Lao, these are martial arts experts. Even people like Reiko. Yeah, so he's a warrior, but and there's really nothing special to him, but there's also nothing special to Kano, and he has a laser eye, and all these other abilities. So it's just these abilities that were given to these normal people of the Mortal Kombat universe have been developed since the very beginning from the first Mortal Kombat game. But you can't take a character that has nothing special about them, like Ghostface, who's just a normal human being, and give him this crazy abilities to hold his own. I just, I'm constantly wondering why exactly they didn't choose another particular character. Maybe you are understanding where I'm going with this. There's another particular character that has a white mask, also wields a knife, and is a lot more bloodthirsty and unstoppable than our friend Ghostface. What was his name again? I can't remember. Oh yeah, that's right. It's Michael Myers. Why didn't Michael Myers get the spot for the roster over Ghostface? I'm going to constantly keep reiterating this because Michael Myers is unstoppable. Yes, he's just a normal person. They did him kind of dirty in the last movie by just showing him that he was just getting older and he was aging and all that kind of stuff. It really took away from the feel of his bloodthirstiness because he's not young anymore. He's getting older. So I don't know. Count those, don't count them. But there was even, I think it was, oh man, which one was it? I want to say it was Halloween Resurrection, the one where they basically say that Michael Myers has a connection to some cult or something, and I think he has like a tattoo or a mark on his hand that basically keeps him from dying. They totally scratched that whole idea after the next movie came around. It was an idea just for that, but I mean, hey, if you're factoring in everything, yeah, Michael Myers is just as unkillable as Jason if you factor in that whole you can't die thing. But he should have gotten it, not Ghostface. And I'm going to preach that until the cows come home. Now, the other thing, and I actually just found this out. So while I was doing research for the Ghostface character, um, I was always thinking there's so many other characters that would earn the spot other than Ghostface. What about, I don't know, Pyramid Head, from Silent Hill? Um, that would be awesome to see him in this game. Like you've had so many other characters, like Spawn, RoboCop, and all these other characters making guest appearances. But what about him? He's literally an unstoppable killing machine that I think was proven that it's the survival of Silent Hill that basically fuels him and why he can never die unless Silent Hill or like his link to Silent Hill, the town is actually severed, then that's the only way to kill him. But yeah, that would be awesome. How was about Ash? Ash Williams from the Evil Dead series. Um, that would be freaking awesome. Have a guy wielding a shotgun and a chainsaw for a hand. It's a little bit of like the same thing as like mixing Jax with Leatherface. But I would love to see that character put in the game. And this is the one that I actually found out recently. He's actually going to be a character because I found a video on this, so I don't know if this is true or not. But they are going to be bringing the Hellraiser, Pinhead, to finally be a playable character in the Mortal Kombat games. And I always thought that it would have been appropriate because if you give Freddy Krueger a spot, why wouldn't you give the king of the Cenobites, Pinhead himself. So those characters, some of them maybe in the makes, Pinhead definitely is, but still, those other ones would be pretty awesome. If there's any other characters, how's about like just shooting it out there now that it jumped to my head? How's about the Thing? The creature from the Thing, that it's basically like a reptile and chameleon and a Shang Tsung kind of character that would have like the ability to copy others and all that stuff. So if anybody of like the Ed Boon, you know, WB NetherRealm Studios is listening, write that down. But yeah, so those are my thoughts. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think Ghostface has the right to have a spot on the Mortal Kombat roster? Or are you kind of like in the same boat as me where it's just really far fetched and hard to see how a normal human being, because it really is, that's what it boils down to, normal, as in any and every way that statement means. Normal human being does not deserve to be there. But hey, what do you guys think? Please do let me know. Write them down in the comments. Let's have a little debate about this. It'd be a lot of fun. See what you guys think. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe and maybe hit that like button down there. That would help me a lot. It would definitely show the algorithm overlord how popular I'm becoming. And yeah, until next time, I will be here. Hopefully you will be too. And I will see you guys in the next video, whatever it may be. Peace.